I went to Benedict College.
Yeah.
Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Majored in music.
When did you discover that you could get paid from it?
I don't have a legit answer for that.
You did whatever you needed to do.
Yeah. He comes back and say, you need to get to the hospital. You have a tumor on your jawbone that's one of 3 different types of cancer. They was expecting me to be down for a month. I'm just like, man, okay, what's next?
Jeez.
When I went, I'm like, all right, God, if this is meant to be, work it out.
So once you moved to Texas, though, things started moving fast.
Then it was a wrap.
How did that happen for you?
Reaching out to them.
What'd he say?
I want to take this band on tour for $150.
What? When it was time for him to do his record, he called you.
At this point, the bills don't stop. Hit that Cash App now.
Got to have that. When did you realize, like, I'm going to be all right even if I ain't playing for them?
It just happened.
What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the RXS podcast. Today, we got another special guest. We got Stuck on Bass in the building. What's goody?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Hey,
what's
man.
up, everybody? How y'all feeling?
Hey, how you feeling, dog?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. I'm blessed to be here, brother.
How you been? What's been going on?
Hey, man, I'm chilling, man. Just trying to stay above water, doc.
Yeah,
man. Just working and grinding.
Yeah, man. Speaking of working and grinding, man, I want to know your journey from the beginning. Like, take me all the way back. Where were you born at, first of all?
Bishopville, South Carolina. Bishopville. Doc.
I've been to Bishopville before.
That's my hometown. That's where I grew up.
Is Bishopville the city where they have that big, like, church-looking sanctuary thing that people be having quartet gigs at? I think that's Bishopville.
It might be.
It's like, I think it's a church, but I'm not sure if it's a church.
Is it?
But it looked like a
center?
church. Yeah.
Yep, that's probably Bishopville, doc.
Yeah.
The recreation center.
Yeah.
That might be it.
What was it like growing up
man.
there? Did you grow up there too?
Yeah, I grew up there.
How was it?
Man, it was cool. So like, basically my life is, my whole family was musical, right? So
Okay.
Growing up at the age of 3, my uncle, was playing guitar. They had the gospel group, my family group, which was called the Stuckey family. That was the group of ladies, which consisted of my mom, my grandma, aunts, and cousins and all that. And then they had the group of male, which was my uncle's grandfather, other cousins and all that. So they were called the Gospel Creation.
Okay.
So me being a young dude or whatever, my uncle playing guitar, he decided to put a guitar in my hand.
Okay.
I was fascinated with it. And I started playing guitar like the age of 3, lead guitar. Wow. Yeah, man. So he showed me how to play 2 chords.
Uh-huh.
And 2 strings rather. And I was playing ting, 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 ting. Played them 2 strings to death, doc. Fingers could barely wrap around the neck, man.
Wow.
Yeah, so he started me. So I started playing guitar. And once I actually learned to play good enough or whatever, I could play songs, I started playing for my family group.
And how old were you then?
I was like 6, maybe 5, 6. So
at 5 or 6, you started playing for the group.
Yeah.
So who told you were ready?
Nobody. My uncle just said, "You playing?" Yeah. Dude, I was like, "Give me a quartet drive," and I was driving.
What key?
I don't know. I didn't remember that. But nah, it probably was like C.
Yeah.
It was probably like C. I want to say it was either C or C sharp back then.
Okay.
So long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So started doing that. And then so he was playing guitar, I was playing guitar, and then we had another guy on bass, and this other dude was on drums.
Mm-hmm.
So we was at this little concert. My uncle was playing bass at this moment because the other bass player was out, and then we had another guy on guitar. My uncle started singing, and he stopped playing bass. I had to be about maybe 7 or 8 years old when this happened. But he stopped playing bass, and I'm sitting there like, why he not playing? So he was singing.
Yeah.
I grabbed the bass from around his neck and sat on the front seat and played the rest of the concert. First time ever really playing bass.
But you knew like it was similar to the guitar or something?
Similar to the guitar.
You
and I
knew
played
to
the
play
rest.
like one note at a time. You playing bass.
Literally, it was just a natural reaction. The first thing I was playing, because the song they was playing, I played boom, 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 boom. Literally, the rest of the concert, the rest of the service, whether
Yo.
it was right or wrong,
So when you went to get it from around his neck, he gave it
he
to
gave
you.
it to me, and I sat down on the front seat. Because Bishopville, they got the little small churches, little storefront churches, whatever. And so where the pew is almost at the pulpit or whatever, so it was that close to.
Yeah.
And so I literally sat there because the bass was too heavy for me at that moment.
Yeah.
I sat there and played the rest of the concert, bro.
So after that, like, did you like fall in love with bass more?
Yeah, I did. I started playing bass because I became the bass player for the group.
Yeah. Hold on. You're hired. So
Yeah,
now you the bass
I
player.
started playing, man. I really started learning and playing or whatever. And so I started playing bass. Then I went to playing keys.
Yeah.
I started learning the keys a little bit. I'm not a keyboard player. Y'all. I'm a horrible one. Forgive me. But yeah, I started playing keys for the group. So at that point, it was just me and my cousin, Ricky Stuckey.
Oh wow.
Or whatever. So I was playing key bass, keys. Sometimes I would set up like three little Casio keyboards. Or whatever. I had one just for bass, one for horns, and the other one's for piano.
You like Big Benny.
Loud and wrong.
Bro.
Oh, man. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
And how old were you when you did the 3 keyboard stack?
I might have been 12.
Oh wow.
I might have been like 11 or 12 or something like that.
That's crazy.
So it was, the funny part is my grandmother had a little keyboard and she would never let me play it. So grandma, if you see this, I'm sorry. But if when she used to leave the house, I used to set it up and practice and put it back up before she got home. And so when she finally let me play, I was playing on this stuff, and she was like, "Driggy, show me that." Yeah, bro. It was funny, man. It was funny.
Yo.
How you learn that? I don't know.
It just happened, boy. It's a miracle.
It's a miracle, I don't know.
Yo.
Yeah. Until she caught me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you playing keys now, you 12. So you were playing for both groups?
Yep.
And you were playing, so did you play the same instrument every time with the group, or you just played, you did whatever you needed to do?
Whatever I needed to do, but then it got to a point where it was just, I was running bass. It was bass, keys, and then my cousin was playing drums. So I was playing.
So y'all was two-piecing it for a while.
Two-piecing it, yep. And then I think my uncle, he started back playing guitar a little bit too.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
That's
With
crazy.
like a 3-piece, man. So I remember the anniversary, bro. We had we were country, bro. We was country. So me and my cousin, we had on these long coat, knee length, black suit with checks on it, or whatever. It was shiny, doc. And then the no collar shirt with the little pin that they used to wear back there.
Yes.
And then it was gray. The shirt was like a gray silver color. And we had on silver shoes with a black suit. And so we came down the aisle, man. I came down, stopped in the middle of the aisle. And then my cousin came down, stopped in the middle of the aisle.
Y'all did not pose or nothing.
Bro, we posed. My uncle came and stand behind us. And he snapped his fingers and we pulled shades out of our pockets. Boy, it was so bad. So we put on that shades, dog. I still got
So what did the crowd do when y'all did that?
Man, they love that, man. We putting on shows and stuff, man.
Y'all were performing for the people.
Performing, doc. Didn't even know it.
So y'all put on the shades. Did y'all keep the shades on and walk on stage?
Yeah, we walked down. Well, it wasn't no stage. It was just the front of the church.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bruh. It wasn't no stage. It was literally that pew that was close to the pulpit.
Yeah.
That was the stage.
So listen, after that, did anybody started calling you, or did anybody try to hire you from seeing you?
Well, yeah, they we started playing for like different churches and different events in the area,
Okay.
right? And so yeah, me and my cousin, we kind of got popular for doing that. We play revivals,
Yeah.
and play for this choir anniversary type stuff like that. Yeah, man. And then I got exposed to contemporary gospel
Okay.
when I got to high school.
Okay.
So, it's just like, I was with, family group, with my family group, the way that they kind of brought us up. And, I don't feel like nothing was wrong with it, but we were scared that if we didn't play for our family group, that God wasn't going to bless us. It's just like, and so, at that moment, Kirk Franklin Stomp, that was the devil's music.
Yeah.
So I grew up in that era, man.
Yeah.
And then when I got to high school, I met Mr. Thomas Slater.
Okay.
He was the music teacher at the high school, Lee Central High School.
Okay.
And he was like, man, y'all come play for the choir. So we had a high school choir and stuff. And we did the concert, me and my cousin. We packed up the truck, like drum set, keyboards, all this stuff or whatever. And so we and that's what introduced me to contemporary music.
Wow.
And so yeah, man. So with that, that kind of like started my musical awareness.
Yeah.
Because all I knew was quartet.
Yeah.
And once I learned that contemporary music and I can do what? I can play this. This is cool. And so I was just like, wow. So I started doing that more. Then I started getting into like, more, I guess, urban, different type music and stuff like that.
And then because you're older now, I'm sure you're less afraid to listen to it because you got a little age on you.
Yeah, man. So it's whatever now. Music is music. It pays bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So when did you discover that you could get paid from it?
Realistically, I didn't discover that. I mean, yes, I got paid when I was in high school.
Okay.
Or whatever, but it was just like, $25 here,
Yeah.
$50 here, maybe, or whatever. But I didn't discover that I could really get paid from it until I went to college.
Okay.
Or whatever. So I went to Benedict College,
Yeah.
Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Majored in music, all of that. And, started playing at churches up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo.
They were breaking a different kind of bread, weren't they?
Yeah, it was a little bit different. I graduated from $50, to $100, maybe, $150, something like that. Even $200.
Yeah.
Kind of graduated. So when I started doing it, I was like, wow. But even at a young age, my prayer was always, God, I want to be able to provide for my family with the gift that you've given me. Yeah. And so that was my bread and butter, man. It's just like, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so literally everything that, when it comes to jobs and all of that, it was around music. Now, I've done other things too, just to kind of get me by. Like, I worked at a bank before.
Okay.
I've worked at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Like,
facts.
That college jobs.
Yeah.
That type stuff. Or whatever. But once I really found out who I am and who I was, and learned how I can make my gift work for me, then it was a wrap.
Yeah, man.
It was a wrap. Like, I was gone, then started playing for getting the opportunity to play for artists when they came to the church.
Okay.
It kind of started there.
So you're in Columbia.
I'm in Columbia.
You're in college. What, you playing keys at church?
No, I'm playing bass.
Okay,
At that moment, when I got to college, when I heard that it was this dude named James Adams.
Okay.
Right now, he's the MD at Right Direction Church.
Okay.
They were, him and Joe Jackson, all of them, they were playing for the college choir, Benedict College Choir.
Yeah.
When I heard them play, I said, I'm not playing keys no more. Shut down. I'm not doing it. Give me just bass.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I got a scholarship, playing bass and playing keys.
Uh-huh.
So, I did all that, but I don't want to do that. I can't do that. Let me play bass. You can tell me what to play. I'm further along on bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you in college, people come into the city. You were
Yeah,
part of the house band playing
house
bass.
band. So my first big concert when I went to college, I played for Hezekiah Walker, Vashawn Mitchell. It was somebody else at a college. It was a choir concert or
Yeah.
whatever. So it was the freshman band we played. The freshman for the choir. So it was Kenny Smith.
Uh-huh.
He's actually in Virginia now, Baltimore area. He was on main keys in the MD. Vashawn Stevens was
Yeah.
on strings, bells, and horns. So we
Yeah.
used to pick at him. So he was playing ox or whatever. So we got this running jokes. Kenny was like, "Man, you better get over there and play your strings, bells, and horns." So it was just funny, man. Like,
Yeah.
but no, so we call him strings, bells, and horns.
Shout out Vashawn.
Vashawn Stevens, that's my brother, man. Love you, dude.
Yeah, he a beast too.
Yeah, yeah. So him, Ricky Johnson was on drums
Mm-hmm.
from Columbia. And Cedric Halley
Mm-hmm.
was on auxiliary. So that was our first big concert. Wow. And that's when Sold Out just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So y'all was rocking that joint.
Rocking, bro. Rocking, man. I was like, wow. Then it went from there to when people start coming into the area, kind of started filling in. But then we got connected with Todd Delaney.
Okay.
So basically, I was playing for a choir or something. Todd ended up coming to Sumter, South Carolina.
Wow. And this is when you were in college?
Yes. Yep, in college. I think I was a freshman or maybe a sophomore.
Okay.
I was played for, a little church choir. I don't remember who I was playing for.
Yeah.
But it was somebody that was on the program. Seen Todd in the hallway. "Hey man, why you not playing for me?" I was like, "Man, I don't know, man. I just didn't get I didn't get the call."
Yeah.
He was like, "Go connect with my MD right now." And so at that moment, the MD was Keith Rogers. He's from Nashville.
Okay.
He was like, "Go get his contact, connect." And so anytime Todd came to the area, I would put bands together for him, or he would get me up, play bass or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so this was going on for years.
I got you.
Yeah, and so it went from there to, "Hey, can you meet me in North Carolina?" Because he would come to South Carolina, like Florence area, used to do a conference. Him and Travis Green used to do a conference together. And so that conference, that's where I started initially playing for Todd at.
Wow.
When he came down, and so that was like the first gig.
Yeah.
So it went from there. Then he had to do a situation in North Carolina somewhere. He was like, "Can you meet me there?" Drove up to North Carolina, played. Then, "Hey, I gotta go to Mississippi. I'm gonna buy you a plane ticket. Can you go?" "What? You flying me out to go play?"
Yeah. So was this the first time you've been on an airplane to play?
No.
Okay.
So the first time I went on the airplane to play was in college. I went to Italy.
Oh, wow.
That was in, I want to say, December of my sophomore year.
Okay.
The college choir went to Italy for a month. Wow. So that was my first flight.
Yeah.
So, but as far as flying out just to go play for an artist like that, that was my first time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. And so basically that's been going on off and on.
So at that time, you were just like spot dating with him when he was around.
Yes, just spot dating. And it wasn't all the time. It's just like occasionally. Yeah. So anytime he came to the area, he'd just bring an MD.
Yeah, and you would bring the rest of the pieces.
The rest of the pieces. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
So were you still moving around in the quartet scene too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Because around that time too, I was playing with Deacon Burgess and the Soul Searchers.
Yeah.
From Sumter.
Yeah.
I was playing for them. And then I was hitting with Roy in Revelation.
Yeah.
I was hitting with them too. And that was pretty much, kind of it. I was still off and on with my family group.
Yeah.
But they kind of stopped singing when I went to college.
Okay. So I got a question.
What's up?
If they stop singing, then that means y'all can't play for them no more. At that point in your life, did you realize like it's okay if I don't play for my family group?
Yeah.
When did you realize like I'm gonna be all right even if I ain't playing for them.
I don't have a legit answer for that.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah.
I can't say when
Yeah.
or whatever because I don't know.
Yeah.
It just, I looked up, oh, no, I can't do that date. I got this. I'm booked already.
Yeah.
Type situation, you know? And
did they give you a hard time?
Of course. Of course. Of course. But, you know, it just, at this moment, y'all keep going. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep singing. Go ahead, sing. Can't make it. Well, who gonna play for us? You know, like, I mean, there's other musicians.
Facts.
You know, like,
yeah.
that part. But I love every bit of it because one of the things is that taught me, it taught me how to be committed. Yeah. And it taught me how to be consistent. Yeah. It also taught me value. Yeah. Or whatever, you know, it's just like I will never forget where I come from.
Yeah.
You know, like one of the things that my mom always told me, no matter how high you get, never get the big head, but always keep big Jesus. Wow. And so like I literally live by that.
Yeah, man, that's good. You know,
like, yeah, I played for a lot of different artists and came across, but arrogant, big headed, nah, that's I don't know how to be that.
And that's crazy because when I met you, I was like, yo, this dude is so cool. Like I'm like, because most people who have the gift on your level, they got a little bit.
It's a little bit on it, man. It's a little bit on it. But the thing is, there's enough work out here for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to learn from any and everybody. Yeah. There's always somebody better than me.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's not about a competition thing for me.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I mean, God gave me a gift. He gave me my sound. Or whatever. You know, that's what I do.
Yes, sir.
You know, I only know how to be me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So tell me when and how you met Ray Braswell.
Man, I always know of Ray Braswell.
Yeah.
I think I really officially met him through the Gospel Legends.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been during the time I've been playing for Roy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Like, yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. So was there a lot of time between when you officially met him and then when you started doing session work?
What's crazy, he didn't call me for the session.
Okay.
Paul Porter called me for the session.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how do you know Paul?
I met Paul at a church in Columbia.
It's people coming to your city.
Coming to the city. Connection, relationships. That's the key thing, man.
Yeah, clearly.
Relationships.
So you built a relationship with Paul when it was time for him to do his record. He called you.
He was like, hey, man, I got a record. I want you to play on it. And I think he connected me to Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, Ray. Either Ray or Mario.
Okay.
One of them.
Yeah. So talk to me about playing in the studio. Because some people know, some people don't know. Even though you're playing your instrument in both environments, mm-hmm. the approach is slightly different.
Right.
So when did you get to a place where you were confident as a musician in the studio?
I'm still developing my confidence.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm still learning.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, I try to approach, and it depends on the song, the genre of the music or whatever. And also it depends on what the producer actually wants.
Okay.
So there are times where I can go in and add my own flavor.
Yeah.
Add, Stuckey. This is my sound. I play whatever I want to play, in my interpretation of the music, right?
Yes, sir.
Then there's moments where they'll send me what to play.
Uh-huh.
And then I am just duplicating.
Yes.
What it might be a key bass or whatever, but I am just replaying what they sent me.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends on when it comes to the studio stuff. It's not always about what I want it to be. Because at the end of the day, we are working for somebody. Yes. Whether it's the artist or the producer.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand my role.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I'm producing it, then that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know, like I am telling people what I want on this.
Yeah.
But when I'm playing for somebody or whatever, okay, what do you want? How do you want this to feel? If they say, "Hey, I want you to be Stuckey,"
Yeah.
all right, you give me the green light. I send them the track. Oh my God, you know, get that type stuff, and I'm just like, man, you know, you like the track? It's all good.
Yeah.
We good. Hit that Cash App now. Now,
got to have that. Got to have that.
Man, nah. But I was just sad, like for real though. But that's really what it is, man.
Yeah.
I treat every situation because there's a leader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it's the MD of the artist or the artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully that makes sense.
Absolutely. I hope it helps somebody because it's real. Like
Mhm.
understanding that you're being hired to provide a service.
Yep.
And that it's ultimately you want to satisfy the person who paying you.
Yep.
And you will always have work when you do that.
Yep. And even I take that approach live.
Yeah.
When I'm playing for Todd, I can go full on certain songs.
Uh-huh.
Certain songs, I can't.
Yeah.
But when I'm playing for Brian Courtney Wilson,
yeah,
I ain't going fool at all.
Yeah.
You know, I'm playing the music. It's a feel-good situation, you know. I might come out here and there or whatever, but You're a Great Name, I could be all over that bass of that guitar. Like,
yeah.
You know, or whatever. And it's cool. It's for that moment. But, you know, in the same set, we're going to the anthem.
Yeah.
I can't have that same approach I have on Your Great Name in the anthem or Victory Belong to Jesus, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just all about knowing. It's about the situation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
understanding it and approaching it for what it is.
Yep. In the words of Morgan Turner,
what do you say?
Be fit for the gig.
Yeah.
Be fit for the gig.
Yeah, that's good. Shout out Morgan for that.
Yes, sir.
And that's real because that's how you stay working.
Yep.
Like when you can determine and understand and decipher between this style and this tone and this approach, like it'll keep you working.
And speaking of tone, man, I'm a tone fanatic.
Okay.
Like, my tone got to be right.
Okay.
Got to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you know that tone was important? Because and the reason why I'm asking is because in quartet, it's highs and lows.
Yep.
Crank both of them up, smiley face EQ, let's rock.
So I learned EQ in Italy. That first tour.
What happened? What happened?
I was playing a 6-string bass.
Uh-huh.
My smiley face EQ or whatever, going on all lows, all highs, no mids. I'm playing engineer. Your bass don't sound good. Yes, it does. No, you sound muddy. Woo, 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 woo. That's what he said. He was like, I was like, no. He was like, He said, come in. He pulled me away from the rig. He said, play. Played. I was like, oh, wow, there's a different sound. Wow. And so he explained to me that basically lows is the fastest traveling frequency. So what happens is no matter what, if you got your lows higher or whatever, even if it's blended with everything else, it's going to shoot out faster than your mids and highs. So when you hear bass players or bass guitars sounding muddy like a thunderstorm, it's too much lows.
Yeah.
He's like, you already playing a bass guitar. So it's already doing what it's supposed to do. So
he dropped some gems, boy.
Man, he got me right. He got me right. And basically, he said that when you're standing up on your bass cab, it sounds one way, but when you step away from it, it sounds totally different. And he said that the thing is, it don't matter what it sounds like when you're standing up on it because the people can't hear what you're standing up on.
Yeah.
It matters what's producing.
Yeah, boy.
You know, like, you know, the sound for the audience. But now it's a thing of where I understand if I don't have a rig, I'm still good. If I got ears, because a lot of people depend on their amplifiers to make their tone. I depend on my bass to make my sound.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have an amp, most of the time my guitar is going straight into a DI box. If my guitar sound like trash, that amp ain't gonna make it sound no better It's going to modify what your bass sounded like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but when it comes to tone now or whatever, a lot of guys they'll spend all this money for these high end basses to run the EQ flat at 12 o'clock. Your EQ is not working for you. You just wasted money. If you use your EQ, now your bass is going to sound like the money that you spent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Come on, man.
So, I do teach lessons.
Let's go. If people want to take bass lessons, what do they need to do?
Hit me up on Instagram.
Okay.
We'll set up. I do virtual lessons.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. Stuck on bass.
And you teach tone and everything?
I teach all of that. I basically in my lessons I cover everything.
Yeah.
From road life to everyday life, all of that stuff. Anything that you want to know.
So speaking of everyday life, you're a musician full time.
Yep.
So once you get out of college, what is your life like outside of music?
Man, it's different. It depends. Like every situation is different.
Yeah.
The thing is, when I got out of college, I ended up moving back home because of a situation. I got in a car wreck, license got messed up and all that stuff. Being young, college, whatever. And so I ended up moving back home to Bishopville.
Okay.
And ended up getting a job and all of that stuff. So it just kind of depends.
Did you think music was over at that point?
No, I never think music is over.
Okay.
Or whatever. Now there has been times where I'm just like, man, okay, what's next?
Okay.
But it wasn't never thing that music is over.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I can do music, at any time.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But I'm also smart enough and I have other trades that I can do to go and make money.
Yeah.
Music is a hobby and a passion for me.
Yeah.
It's like I love doing that. Or whatever. And so basically just kind of learning how to make my music pay bills.
Yeah.
So when I even though, I got out of college or whatever, start getting a job, I still played at church. I still played gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I had a 9-to-5.
Yeah.
At this point, the bills don't stop.
Yeah.
I want to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, it's different. And I will say this, that a lot of things that I learned when I was in college did not come from college. It came from experience.
Yes, sir.
So I have a lot of experience in music, over 30-something years of experience. Because I'm 36 now, and I started when I was 3.
Yeah, man.
From that, even into engineering, audio engineering, all of that. So I've gotten jobs with audio engineering. A few weeks back, I've engineered for a concert with Drew Hill,
Let's go.
Johnny Gill.
Let's go.
So like they came to Houston, and they contracted me in to be one of the engineers, man.
So how did you start moving around? First of all, when did you decide, like, I want to get into engineering too?
I did it when I was young because when we setting up the sound system for my family group, I started doing that stuff then. So it was just in me. Literally, like my granddaddy, he had this old gray Buick. Had a little trailer behind it with all the stuff in. So when I got old enough to drive illegally, no license, I'm just pulling the trailer. I'm like 13, 14 years old. I'm going to setting up sound systems for our concerts.
So you going ahead of your family.
I'm going ahead of the family.
13 years old, driving to the gig,
14. We had
pulling the stuff out, setting it up.
13, 14, 15 years old. Go set up.
Yo, that's wild. Yo, that's crazy.
We had dirt roads, man.
You in Bishopville, boy. Yeah, ain't no police out there.
And all of them were the homies. Family.
So you was already into it early.
I went into it. And then I took a couple of classes when I went to college.
Okay.
Got in it. And so I started understanding more frequencies.
Yeah.
And all of that, understand what to do. And then everything else was trial and error.
And so people were calling you the engineer?
Yeah.
When did you get your first call?
I didn't get my first call to officially engineer until I moved to Texas.
Okay.
No, I lied. I'm sorry. No, I was engineering for quartet groups.
Okay.
There was this group I was playing for. I was helping Tony with the sound with Dickie Burgess.
Yeah.
So I started helping him doing some stuff like that, getting into it.
Yeah.
And then LaVon Campbell and the Spiritual Uplifters
Okay.
from Loris.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or whatever. So I used to keep his trailer full of gear. I used to take it back to Bishopville. Set up stuff. I used to set up sound for my college concerts.
Yo, that's
not
crazy.
my college, my high school choir concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I started doing that stuff then.
So then when you got to Texas, people were calling you. How people find out? Like, how did you let people know you was an engineer?
When problems came up, I fixed the problems.
And they like, hey, hold up.
How did you know that? Dude, so the church that moved me to Texas,
yeah,
I designed their entire sound system. New Light Christian Center. So I designed the system and I hit up Ray, my brother Ray Span.
Yes.
I brought them to Texas, man, got them the connection or whatever. They came in and installed the stuff that, we kind of designed.
That's insane. Shout out to Ray Span.
Yeah, Ray Span, that's my dude, man. Listen.
Yo, he is going crazy with the installations too.
Listen, yeah. So he came up and so we designed I redid the TV studio at the church. The entire sound system in the sanctuary and the smaller campus. Ray installed all of it.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Rajay is the way you say it. Rajay is the way you say it.
If you can't hold your mule, don't give it to somebody that don't deserve it. Nah.
Please don't.
You know he out here sleeping with everybody.
Don't do it.
And you gonna do it because it feel good. Why? Because he got a big thing or something? That ain't. You know how many men folk around here? Never mind. I'm just saying, there's plenty of fishies in the sea.
If you enjoyed this clip of Be For Real, you can watch the full video. Just head over to RXS Entertainment YouTube channel. You can also listen on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Just type in BEFUHREAL.
So let's talk about this, because most of your life you've been in South Carolina.
Yep.
Tell me what year you moved to Texas and how that happened. Who did you know that got you there? What was up with that?
All right. So 2018.
Okay.
January 2018.
Okay.
One of my homies, Patrick Diggs.
Okay.
He was in Houston at the church. And they was just like, I got a call. Hey man, I need a bass player.
Uh-huh.
Like, what? Yeah, I need a bass player this weekend. We're gonna fly you out. Hey, let's go. All right. So I just ended up losing the situation that I was playing, the church I was playing at in Columbia.
Uh-huh.
I just ended up losing that. And when I went, I'm like, all right, God, if this is meant to be, work it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I said, if it's meant for me to move to Texas. Now what's crazy is I've gotten a call to move to Texas 3 times before.
Same city?
Same city, Houston.
Okay.
Yep. So my boy Aaron Carter, he moved from Fayetteville to Houston.
Okay.
I was supposed to move with him when Cody moved.
Okay.
Remember Cody moved to Cody Smith?
Yeah.
Cody Smith moved to Texas?
Yeah.
I was supposed to go too. Things fell through. I wasn't able to go. I got another call. Opportunity came again. Didn't go.
Why you didn't go the second time?
It's a lot of stuff, man. The situation I was in was not ready for that. That it wasn't ready for that.
I got you.
And another part of it is just kind of being nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, yeah, man. I'm just leave that like that. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, man. It just didn't work out. And so at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I went when Patrick called me because I didn't have anything planned for that weekend.
Okay.
or whatever. And it was the day that I got fired from.
That's another thing that's crazy. Because the first 2 times you didn't go,
I didn't go.
and it's like you had a choice.
I had a choice.
The third time is like, you ain't got nothing.
I ain't got nothing. What's stopping me? I went, and my prayer was, God, if this is meant for me to be here in Texas, let them offer me the job, and I don't want to have to negotiate anything. Whatever I say, that's going to be my sign.
Wow.
Literally.
So did you do the service and then y'all talked?
So I did the rehearsal. They flew me out on the Thursday. I got the call, I think maybe Tuesday or
Good
Wednesday.
God.
Flew me out on the Thursday.
Yeah.
We did the rehearsal Thursday night. They do 2 services on Sunday. So I
Yeah.
stayed in Houston from Thursday to like Monday.
Yeah.
Did the first service. Priscilla Hilliard.
Yeah.
She said, what does it take to move here? What does it take to get you here, and when can you start? I said, what you mean? She was like, when can you move here? What I mean, like if you want a job, because, man, I played the heck at that bass.
Because you knew it's like, my life is on the line right now. I
Nah,
need
man,
this.
I was busy as all get out. I would never ever do that again. But like in this case, I'm just like, I had to make a statement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or whatever. So anyways, long story short,
She asked you, like, what will it take to get you here, and how soon can you move?
You're right. I said, let me figure out some things. Let me look.
You
Let me
already
see.
knew, though, didn't you?
Yeah. The thing is, I told her the number, and she said, when can you start? Because when I told her, soon as she said that, soon as she said, what was it take to get here? I say, I need at least this. She said, done deal. When can you start? I said, what? She said, done deal. When can you start? I said, let me figure out the housing situation. Let me work on some stuff on my end. And we'll go from there. She was like, cool, can I fly you out next week? And I played the next service. I played the next week or whatever. And then she was like, you ready? I said, I need a week off or whatever, and then I'll be back up here. So by that time, like...
So are you, like, when you get back to South Carolina, like, are you online looking for apartments?
No, because it was already worked out.
What? What?
Wait, so Aaron
Uh-huh.
was downsizing from a big house or whatever. Aaron Carter.
Yeah.
Looking for a roommate. They had a move-in special on brand new luxury apartments in the same area, maybe 15 minutes from the church.
What?
For $150.
What?
We paid. They had a move-in special, bro.
Yo!
On a brand new 2-bedroom apartment.
So you and Aaron, like, let's rock.
Let's go. He had one side of the apartment. I had the other side of the apartment because the rooms were separated.
Yo!
Yeah.
That's
Literally.
too good.
Bro,
Everything lining up.
Oh, God.
Hold on. So she offer you the job. You tell her the number. You go back. When did Aaron tell you about the apartment?
So during the time that I was up there, me and Aaron were like, we really good friends.
Yeah.
That's like one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And so like we would just kind of talk, yo, I found this spot or whatever, like we go look at it or whatever, but I can FaceTime you, send you pictures. I'm like, hey man, let's do it. If you feel like it's good, let's
You
go.
like, I don't even gotta see it. I trust you.
Yeah. Literally, it was that type of situation.
So you played one Sunday, then you played another Sunday. You took the next week off.
And the following week, I drove back up. I moved to Texas.
So you drove one way to Texas on your car? And this was 2018?
2018. 15 hours. 15-hour drive.
So listen, all right, now let's talk about Texas. Because obviously, it's a different place. With the skills that you have, I'm sure you started getting calls for other stuff like almost immediately.
Yeah, so basically with the church situation, they always have artists come through.
Yeah.
And so I met Tyrone Bell because Darryl Walls came to the church.
Yeah.
I've heard of Tyrone, and all of that stuff. He heard of me or whatever. But when I was playing, man, he just kept looking back. He was like, man, this nigga is playing.
Yeah.
And so basically we connect. Tyrone, one of my best friends.
Yeah.
We real close.
Yeah.
So he was just like, yo, man, I judge you. And so he was just like, yo, what you doing Tuesday? I'm just paraphrasing right now. We talking. Nothing. He was like, I got this rehearsal, man, you want to roll with me? I just need a bass player. We just kind of working on some stuff for this tour.
And that's all he told you.
That's all he told me. He said it's a tour. He said we're recording music to send out to musicians in the area to play for this tour. Okay, cool. I get to the rehearsal. He pulls up Worth Fighting For, Brian Courtney Wilson. He pulls up Great Work, Brian Courtney Wilson. I'm like, yo, who this for Brian? Yeah, man. Brian walked through the door or whatever. Then I'm just there just with Tyrone.
Yeah.
Brian say, I want to take this band on tour. It was
and y'all was supposed to be just doing reference tracks.
Right. We did the Just Be tour.
Yeah.
This was, I want to say, had to be 19. Maybe, yeah. Maybe 18. 18 or 19, one of them. But
so once you moved to Texas, though, things started moving fast.
Yeah.
So you in there, you supposed to be playing reference tracks, and then Brian say, nah.
We did the tour with no background singers. It was 3-piece band and Brian. We hit, not House of Blues. Was it House of Blues? Yeah, House of Blues.
Okay.
House of Blues. I think we hit a couple of those. Whatever. City Winery. That's what it was.
Okay.
We did a couple of those spots, man. We literally did the tour. And then I got 2 slots on, I played actually 4 songs on the record. I played Merciful Almighty. I played Forever. And I did the 2 music videos for Inner City Blues and Still.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What are you thinking at this point? Like you in Texas, you with Brian, what is it going through your head, dog?
It's just like, yo, it's happening. My prayers being answered.
Cause you've been through it. Like a lot of people may know and some people may not know, but you've been through a lot up until this point.
Yeah.
It's a lot happening behind the scenes.
Yep.
There's a lot of tug of war, pulling and tugging and tucking. And you finally get that break.
Is it really a break?
Oh.
It's work.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, regardless of who I'm working for, I'm still working on that same level.
Absolutely.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't look at things as a break, man. It's just like because of how, yes, I'm working, and so whether I'm playing with the church or whoever I'm playing with, it's still the same. I'm grateful for the work.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like as a musician, you have off seasons, and then when it's really good, it's really good. And so like I'm just like, wow, that's cool. I'm grateful for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thankful for this opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now let's talk to me about the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, what were you thinking? What was going on? How were you able to sustain?
Man, through the pandemic, church, consistent gig.
So y'all were still doing church?
Yeah, we was doing recordings. We were doing recordings. Yeah, we was doing recordings for church. I'm grateful for the church that I was at New Light Christian Center.
Yeah.
They kept us working.
That's a blessing.
They kept us working.
Because some churches at that time didn't have the infrastructure to keep people on payroll.
Nope. But they worked it out. Of course, there were some slight like changes or whatever.
Yeah.
But they took care of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm grateful for my sister, Priscilla Hilliard.
Yeah, man.
Pastor Priscilla, she looked out for me, us, all of us. Like, yeah. So, but
so did that. So when it comes to recording, like, did the church recordings help your recording chops? Because at this point, y'all like basically doing sessions for church.
Right. It did, but the thing is, it was still kind of like that live feel, so it did help. But I started recording, so I was recording way before that.
Okay.
So yeah, I can say it helped, but I was already doing it, know, because when I got on with Gospel Multi-Tracks and Luke Gospel.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of those tracks, that's probably me on bass.
Wait, when and how did you start doing that?
Hey man, connections.
Okay.
The church took us to Tasha Cobb's conference, where she had it in North Carolina.
Okay.
The I-League conference.
Yeah.
John Mike was there set up outside. I connected with John. He had his booth set up. I record, man. I play bass or whatever. He was like, man, I'm looking for a bass player. Send me some of your work. I sent him my stuff. Some of the stuff I played on. Bro, when can you start recording for me? Started sending me tracks, and I started sending them back to him. Bro, this tone is amazing. You know, it just like it was, and to this day, I still record for John Mike. Like he doesn't do the gospel multi-track as much or loop gospel anymore, but when he was doing it super heavy, that's probably me on bass.
So when people buy them stems, you playing bass.
I'm probably on bass.
That's crazy.
For you have certain producers on multi-track, right? So yeah, there's a couple of producers.
And on the business side, did you get paid by John or by the platform?
I want to say I don't know how, because John sent it, but I think it was through the platform.
Okay.
Yeah. But how it was, man, it was PayPal.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So that was cool. So I was already recording.
Yeah.
And then with doing the church, it just kind of maybe helped live, so to speak. But doing that, man, and like I found a way to keep working. Yeah. And then I started working at Guitar Center.
Okay. Because that's the hustling. You gonna make sure you hold it down.
Make sure we're good.
Yeah.
So I started doing Guitar Center, and I'm still dealing with music.
Yeah.
Everything I wanted to do was done around music.
And then Guitar Center in Houston is different. So are you seeing different people come through?
Different people come through, man. I even I started teaching lessons at Guitar Center.
That's crazy.
And then I was one of the lead salespersons.
That's crazy.
At Guitar Center or whatever. So the thing is, I was teaching lessons. They loved me while I was doing lessons.
Yeah.
But the managers wanted me on the sales floor because I knew
the gear. So if
everything.
somebody come talk to you, you can talk the language of the customer.
Yep. Regardless on what area and what level they're on.
Yeah.
You know?
So whether it's pro audio or bass and guitar or drums, you know.
Yep. Or whether it's beginner or intermediate.
Jeez. Stuckey, you a gifted man, boy. So you do Guitar Center, you playing at church. So once the pandemic lifted, of course y'all went back in the building.
Right.
What other gigs did you get after that?
I really started doing the production side of things. That's kind of got into that.
Yeah.
The production side of things.
As a producer or as a musician?
Both.
Okay.
And I actually started working on music with my wife.
Yeah.
So she got a single out. And she's a singer-songwriter and all that stuff. Too as well. So I kind of started really focusing on with her music.
Yeah.
Which also was practice for me as a producer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so kind of started doing those things. But I've been doing a lot of bass tracks.
Yeah.
Recording a lot of bass with people.
And do you have different basses for different types of situations, or how do you do that?
I used to.
Okay.
I used to have different basses, but the thing is now I use my EQ to manipulate what sounds and what tones I want or need.
So that means you have a bass that is versatile enough to do all things.
Lakeland.
Oh.
But it's not stock.
Okay. Okay.
So you remember I said earlier that I want the tone come from my bass, not the rig.
Yeah.
So every bass I get, I make that bass super versatile.
Yeah.
Because as I'm traveling, when we go overseas and all of that stuff, I don't always have my proper gear with me. So it's just my bass.
Yeah.
So whatever I plug in, I need my bass to spit and do whatever I needed to do.
Yeah.
So I modified the bass.
Smart.
So I'll tell you, I have a Mike Pope preamp in my Lakeland.
That's crazy.
It's 18 volt instead of 9.
God.
And it's a 4-band EQ. So I have high mid, low mid, treble, bass, active passive switch. And my humbucker, I can split single parallel or dual core.
That's why that's why you only need one bass.
Yep. And so yes, shout out to Lakeland.
Yeah.
The company that's endorsing me.
Yeah, boy.
However, I need to shout out one other special company.
Okay.
All right. So Lakeland is my production base. Like for instance, like you have bases where they are kind of made from a machine or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Right? Then you got the handmade type stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the handmade boutique stuff is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I gotta shout out my main man, Carl S.
Yeah.
Carl S. Bassist.
Yeah.
I have one on the way. Oh wow. I have one on the way, and it's special.
Yeah, I believe
It's special. So that's my handmade boutique bass. So I'm also an artist with him
Okay.
as well too, along with Lakeland.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
So like, how did these relationships even start? Because a lot of musicians who are like on the road touring and stuff, they aspire to have endorsement deals. How did that happen for you?
Social media for me. Social media, relationships.
Yeah.
So the thing is, what I usually do is when I'm using something that I like, I'm gonna tag the company.
Smart.
Once they start sharing the stuff, you know, they see that I'm using their products
Yeah.
and they see the influences and the platforms that I'm on and the stages that I'm on
Yeah.
or whatever. I am reaching out to them or whatever. Hey, man, I would love to advertise, you know,
Yeah.
or whatever. Are you looking for artists? Are you looking for endorsers? You know, a lot of people look for look for endorsements to get things for free. It's not that. The thing is, it's a partnership or whatever. So like I partner with this company, but the partnership that I have, okay, you give me a discount, I'm advertising your stuff,
Yeah.
getting you more business. You know, now we can develop once I get to a certain
Level,
then if you know, we can talk about getting some stuff because I'm bringing on y'all this business.
Yeah.
But the initial start of it, I'm not going to a company asking for a discount and I'm not using their stuff already.
Yeah.
You know, like I had a Lakeland before I got the endorsement.
Yeah.
And then I got another one when I got the endorsement.
Yeah.
Aguilar.
Yeah.
I've been using Aguilar before I got the endorsement.
Yeah.
I'm Aguilar, you know, the gig tonight, you know,
Yeah.
like they got me Aguilar'd out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's on my rider, man.
That's fire. So, talk to me, speaking of the gig, talk to me about how you started playing for Todd full time.
Oh man, dude. I got a call to meet Todd Easter Sunday, man, in Dallas at Marvin Sapp Church.
Yeah.
And you know, it's been a wrap from there, man.
Yeah.
So we've been here.
That's
and then
crazy.
and then we got the calls. It was like, hey, if you want it, this is a new recording band. This is the recording band for Todd's new record. And so I did the recording. The journey continues.
Yeah.
Yep. So literally, that's kind of how it happened.
That's crazy.
And been with him ever since. So now it's 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years full time.
That's crazy. So you go to do a fill-in date and then become the bass player.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
And did you start touring with him?
Yep. And now the thing is, I don't know if it was I'm not sure what the situation. I know they just called me out to play for him. You know, type situation. Yeah. So we overseas, all of that. We done did Italy. Not Italy, I'm sorry. Africa.
Yeah.
South Africa.
Yeah.
We done did Turks and Caicos, Canada, Bahamas. Where's the word? London.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you done been somewhere everywhere with Todd.
Yeah.
Rajay is the way you say it.
At the end of the day, I would need to be comfortable with myself more. And because I felt like in order for me to be my true self, or in order for me to have a big impact on the world, I would need to be with a group of people that I know, when that's not the case. I was kind of scared at first because I felt like I was going to miss them. My parents have told me many times that I have gifts and I need to use it, and like people wish they could do what I do, and I was like, I don't want to do that. Since I was really young, I really like to speak and make people feel better in life, and it's just something I enjoy. Hi, this is Nay, and that was Nay's Place. If you want to catch more, search Nay's Place on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and RXS Entertainment YouTube channel.
So the other thing I want to talk about is before we started filming, you told me about having to have a surgery in the middle of tour.
Yeah, man. So last year, I posted some pictures on my Instagram or whatever, but back in May last year, I was having this pain in my jaw, in my mouth. I know it was my wisdom tooth, so I was having pain from wisdom tooth. So I go to the dentist, just thinking, all right, yeah, I just gotta take my wisdom tooth out. It's all good, nothing tripping. So they get X-ray. They come back to me. They said, you need to get to the hospital. I was like, what's going on? They said, you got this really big tumor on your jawbone. Something is eating away your jawbone. I'm like, what? So I go to the nearest hospital that was closest to that dentist's office.
Yeah.
They tried to give me antibiotics and stuff. I'm like, y'all, I'm not okay. I'm in pain. This hurts. See what's going on. So by time the doctor finally gave me the X-ray or whatever to look in, he comes back and say, yeah, you have a tumor on your jawbone that's one of 3 different types of cancer. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, cool. My wife immediately started praying.
Yeah.
Start praying, crying and praying. They was like, we need to get more tests. We don't know. We don't have the equipment to do here. We need to get you to another hospital. So they put me in the ambulance and took me over to another hospital in Galveston, Texas. We go there. The doctor was just like, yeah, there's definitely something there. We need to test it to see what it is. If it is cancerous, we need to figure out how to fix it, or if it's fixable or whatever. Whatever the case may be, we just need to test it to see what it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. So they did the procedure, took out my wisdom tooth, took a piece of the mass. They said we'll have the results. Results came back. It was benign.
Okay.
So not cancer. I thank God for that.
Yeah.
Then I said, okay, what's next? Okay, well, during this time, my son was about to be born. I was in the middle of about to go on tour.
Yeah.
We was doing the Journey Continues tour last year, and all it was like going on. They said, we need to have surgery. You're gonna be out for a month. No, I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
I cannot do that. So literally, they said, well, you need to be extra careful, that your jawbone won't break, because whatever it is eating away your jawbone. I'm like, what? Okay, cool, no worries. All right. So can we schedule this to July? The last tour date was June 30th.
Okay.
Can we schedule this to July? Yeah, we'll see what we can do. You just got to be careful. Got through the entire tour except for the last date. They called me the week before. They said, hey, we gotta move your surgery up. We gotta go ahead and get this done. Did the entire tour. My son was just a week old. He was born. He got here safe. My wife doing fine. I go in the hospital, Galveston. They're like, okay, what does it look like now? So being that it's not cancerous or whatever, we could take a bone. No, they say we can either put all metal in your mouth, or we could take a bone from your leg or your arm. The only thing is, if we do all metal in your mouth, because we got to replace that bone in your jawbone. If we do all metal, you might have to get that surgery done every 3 to 4 years, because the metal could possibly break. Or we could take a bone from your leg or your arm and put in your jawbone, and you'll be good. I'm like, okay, so what's that process look like? They said, you can't do any contact sports like play football. I don't play football anyway.
Yeah.
They say you can still run, exercise.
Yeah.
You just can't do any contact sports. Ah, cool. Well, let's do that.
Yeah.
They say it's gonna be your leg or your arm. No, I play guitar. I need my arm. Okay, well we can do your leg. Can I still walk? Yeah, you can walk, run, and do all that. Or whatever. Okay, cool. Let's do it. So it took him 2 weeks to design the surgery by computer. Then my surgery was, I want to say it was 12 or 15 hours long. And what they ended up doing, they took the smaller bone from my leg.
Yeah.
They put it in my jaw. So they cut me from here all the way around. and pulled this out, took everything. I replaced that bone with my jaw. What from my leg, my jaw. Had a tracheus. You can see the scar here. Had a feeding tube. I was feeding myself water through a tube for 2 weeks. But hey, I'm here.
Yeah, man.
I'm back, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So it was crazy, man. All while having 1 week old baby.
Yeah.
My wife just having a baby, driving back and forth from
Yeah.
Galveston.
And how far was that from where you live?
Over an hour.
Sheesh.
It's like an hour, 30 minutes maybe.
And that ain't including if traffic crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I was in ICU for a week.
Woo. So when you got home, you had to take a break from the bass?
Nah. As soon as I got home, I picked up my bass and see if I could play. They had me on physical therapy, but I was doing so good in the hospital, man. Like, I was taking physical therapy, and they was like, "You good?" I'm like, after the surgery, the third or fourth day, I was going to the bathroom by myself.
And they weren't expecting you to do that?
No, they was expecting me to be down for a month.
You were determined, though.
But I was determined, man. And so the thing is, I paid attention to all of my feelings when I was in the hospital.
Okay.
I paid attention to how I felt after every medication.
Okay.
I didn't take all the medications. I said, I don't want that. That made me feel bad. They gave me muscle relaxers. I don't want that. No, just give me the regular Tylenol or ibuprofen. I don't need that. That made me feel worse.
Interesting. So had you kept taking the medicines, it would have took a long time.
It probably would have been different.
Dang. Stuckey said, no, wait.
Yeah, no.
Don't give me that no more.
I don't like the way that felt. Because, dude, they gave me a muscle relaxer, and I felt like I couldn't feel my body. It made me, my body was so relaxed, I was in pain. It was bad. I said, no, I don't want that. Mm-mm. And, it's just like having to talk. Because I had that whole, talking through a trach.
Yeah.
Bro, it was crazy, man.
So, bro, the fact that you sitting here talking is insane.
Bro, it's a blessing, bro.
Yes.
The doctors were amazed on how fast I bounced back. Yeah. So I was in the hospital for almost a week. What was it, a week? Yeah. Anyways, and then I had a follow-up appointment a week later. They was taking the staples out of my neck and my leg during that appointment. They're like, "You're doing good." I walked in there smiling at them when I went for my checkup. They was like, "Yo, you're walking good." They was expecting me to be on a walker or crutches or something. When I got home from the hospital, I walked up to I got a 2-story house, so I walked up the stairs.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you picked up your bass like, all
I
right.
picked up. Hey, okay, I'm
good.
good. I can still play. And I put it back down and I went and lay down.
Yeah, you just had to make sure.
I had to make sure, bro. I had to make sure, Doc.
Yo, that's funny.
Literally.
Yeah. So now that you have fully recovered, where are you in your life now? Family-wise, life-wise, music, where you at?
Man, listen, life is good.
Yes, sir.
Life is good. Just, right now, just working on being a better individual outside of music.
Yes, sir.
Or whatever, I want to make sure that I keep that connection with my wife and my kids.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff. So now that being that my wife is worship leader now and all of that stuff. So we're growing together in that area. And now then she's doing that or whatever. It's just like that's something else that we could connect on as well too. Even though we connect even with she just singing, but now she's understanding that what it's like to do this every day.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and dealing with different things. Like now that you're worship leader, you gotta put that smile on.
Yeah.
Whether you feel good or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but man, another thing is because my oldest daughter is autistic, right?
Uh-huh.
We are in the process of opening a daycare for autistic kids.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, man. So, we're in the process of doing that, getting funding
Yes, sir.
for that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So that has the research and all of that stuff has been going good, great.
That's good.
So hopefully we can have that open by this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah, bro. So that stuff, man.
Man, I'm happy for you, dog.
Bro, appreciate you, man. I'm
Yeah,
happy for you,
yo,
bro.
This is crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, to hear your story and to see like everything that you've been through to get here, it's a blessing.
Yeah, bro.
I'm proud of you, dog.
Hey, appreciate you, bro. Proud of you, man.
Hey, hey, y'all, this has been another episode of the RXS podcast with Rod Stuckey, aka Stuck on Bass. We out. Peace.
Peace.